How to turn bad days into good days. Before we see how to turn bad days into good days, we must look into what are bad days and what are good days. We usually say a day is a bad day when we are unhappy on the day. And also we say a day is a good day when we are happy on the day. These happiness and unhappiness can reach us in two ways. One is through events and other one is through thoughts. Say for example, if we meet a person whom we love very much and we mark that day as good day. At the same time, if we meet a person whom we don't like at all and we mark that day also as unhappy day or bad day. So this can be even days or good days or bad days when we visit some places and where we enjoy ourselves, and then we will not forget those days and we mark those days as good days. At the same time, when we lost our loved ones, it cannot be a single day, so we mark those days as bad days because we were unhappy during those days. So this is through events. At the same time, this can happen through thoughts as well. So if we think of our past memories or past events which gives us unhappiness during that day when we think of that, and that day also can be a bad day because the bad thoughts came to me on the day, and I mark it as bad day or bad days. And similarly, if I think of some future events or that would happen, or imagine something about this would happen to me in future and which gives me happiness, then I just mark those days also as good days. So this is how we just mark those days as good days or bad days. Now we can go more deeper into that and see how this happiness and unhappiness are coming to us. If we carefully see, we can find out these happiness and unhappiness are based on our desire and expectations that we have. Say for example, if my desire is fulfilled by a particular event that happened now, then this day would be a good day for me. If my desire is not fulfilled by that particular event, and that day would be a bad day for me. And similarly, if my expectation is fulfilled by the same event, then the day would be a good day. And if it is not fulfilled, then the day would be a bad day for me. Even these bad days and good days are not consistent because these are based on my condition of my mind. These desires and expectations are created from my mind. So if my mind changes continuously, then these desires and expectations are also continuously changing. You would have noticed a particular event that gave me happiness earlier will not give the same happiness now because status of my mind is changed now. So my desire and expectations are different now. Therefore the same event will not give me happiness now. So these are continuously changing, and also it varies person to person. Now we can see why this is happening to us. If we feel that some days are good days and some days are bad days for us, then this shows that we are not in harmony with nature or not in equilibrium. If we have a system with two components, if one component is dominating some other day, we should expect the other component also will dominate one day, because this system is not in equilibrium. So you can see both components here and there dominating. So this is how we also feel that some days are bad days and some days are good days because we are not in equilibrium. If we are in equilibrium, then we will not feel so. There will be no good days or bad days. If we want to know about good days, we must know about bad days, otherwise we cannot tell about the good days. And similarly, If we want to know about bad days, we have to know about good days. Otherwise, we cannot say about bad days. We don't know how it would be, because without comparing with this, we can't say this is bad day or good day. So whenever we have a system, and if we could be able to find out some bad things in the system, then surely we should expect that we must have good things also in the system equally, because that shows that the system is not in equilibrium. So until that comes to equilibrium, these goods and bads will be there. Until the system comes to equilibrium, these negative things will always correct the system and then brings to equilibrium. So until that, those two will be dominating there. So that is why we have difficulties in our lives. If we have always good things and good days, then we will not get any skills in our life. So through the difficulties and these bad days only, we are getting mature enough and start to think of the correct ways where we can move on and how we can get the permanent happiness. So slowly we will get the skills and talents, and then we will move on towards the correct path and try to achieve the permanent happiness instead of getting small happiness here and there. So that is why these difficulties and the bad days are coming to us. So now we can just take this as positive thing and turn these bad days into good days. Because now we know about good days and bad days and how this arises, and therefore now we can convert bad days into good days. For that, what we have to do is we have to do some practice with the mind. Then only we can just convert one to the other. See, now if we focus on our mind and if we observe your mind, what happens is the mind loses its power and become feeble. And there you can change your conditions. Now the condition of the mind can be changed. Slowly focusing on that and change the condition, because it depends on the condition of the mind only. You just feel whether that event is bad or good and the day is good or bad. So if we change that condition, then it can be turned to the other one. So this can be achieved through practice meditation. So if you do meditation, just focusing on the mind and observing the movement of the mind, then you can automatically, naturally, the mind loses its power. So whatever the event is, if you focus on your mind and change your condition of your mind, that event can be turned to the good days. So this is how we can turn bad days into good days. Thank you.